Good afternoon. This is Rashad Mitchell coming to you live from my YouTube channel as I continue on this part series of the week that was college football's history in review, 1955 college football season. Now I'll be talking about the recap the games that were played during the week 7, October 29th, 1955. Here we go. Now, Miami beat Pittsburgh 21-7. Trio of northern-born Hurricanes felt at home in cold Pittsburgh rain as they saw tough Panthers defense. Halfback John Verone, halfback Jack Loesch, quarterback Sam Skornecchia each scored touchdowns. Verone on 31-yard run, and Loesch on 41-yard reception were able to fit their scores into 2 minute span of first quarter. Pitt hammered to Hurricanes 2 yard line in second quarter, but lost ball on downs. Panthers returned to scoring territory in second quarter last minute thanks to pass interference and penalty on Miami fullback defensive back Paul Hefty that plays ball on a 1 yard line. Fullback Tom Jenkins got Pitt's touchdown on dive with 24 seconds left before the half. Skornecchia finished clinching 61-yard drive in the fourth quarter with 3 yard touchdown keeper. Next, Clemson beat Wake Forest 19-13 as Clemson fullback Billy O'Dell blasted middle of the Demon Deacons line for 103 yards and 21 carries and the touchdown runs of 2 and 1 yard respectively. Wake Forest quarterback Nick Consoles, coming in as nation's second leading passer, had a miserable day with 44-yard passing on 417 passing, a touchdown in the air. Halfback Billy Ray Barnes struggled to get 13 carries for 61 yards rushing, down 7-0. Clemson defensive guard Leon Kaltenbach recovered fumble on opening snap of third quarter, and halfback Joe Pulig quickly scored on 15-yard burst. Tigers soon added 82-yard march, but Deeks went back ahead 13-12 in the fourth quarter when Casor surprised Tigers with 3rd and 1, 9-yard touchdown pass to wide open end Ralph Brewster. Clemson advanced on 11-play trip to Odell's winning touchdown. Shutout was performed by Georgia Tech, number 12 over number 17 Duke. Now Georgia Tech was ranked number 12 in the country, and Duke was ranked number 17. And Georgia Tech pitched the shutout 27-0. As the Georgia Tech line carved holes in heavier Duke front for its swift backs to scurry to 2 early touchdowns, including halfback George Volkert's 22-yard run. Fatal end for Blue Devils came in the fourth quarter on Yellow Jackets halfback Johnny Minger's 49-yard interception touchdown return. Slumping to second straight loss, Blue Devils made but single first down, never moved past their own 86-yard line in first half. Halfback Jimmy Thompson tallied last Georgia Tech touchdown on 1 yard sweep. Duke's offense managed only 133 yards and lost 3 turnovers, 2 fumbles, and a manager's interception. Mississippi, the number 20 team in the country, beat Louisiana State 29-26 in Harp-Dixie, America's home of low-scoring football. SEC rivals put on genuine, if unexpected, offensive slugfest. Mississippi found tough sledding through Louisiana State defensive line in early going, so Rebels turned to eagle-eyed quarterback Eagle Day, who passed 10-15, 154 yards, but touchdowns to halfback Earl Blair in second quarter, in Bob Jury in fourth quarter. Halfback Billy Kennard got Ole Miss moving in first quarter with 8 yard touchdown run after Day's throws softened up Tigers. Fullback kicker Paige Carthman also booted the first of 2 field goals in the first quarter for 10-0 Rebels lead. But LSU battled back in second quarter for 13-10 edge. So the Bengals sub quarterback MC Reynolds, who would get brief fling with pro teams Chicago Cardinals and Buffalo Bills starting in 1958, made name for himself in this game by going toe-to-toe with Day in passing barrage. Sophomore Reynolds threw touchdown pass to halfback Chuck Johns and scored on sneak in second quarter, although Rebels would come back with safety and Day's second touchdown throw for 19-13 halftime edge. Behind 29-13, LSU's Reynolds completed 2 more touchdowns in the fourth quarter. As game ended, Reynolds was launching sort of crude and yet unnamed Hail Mary passes from midfield. Next, Tulane beat number 8 Auburn 27-13 on way to its best season since 1950. Tulane built a 21-0 lead on quarterback Gene Newton's touchdown pass to end. Will Billam and halfback Otis Gilmore and fullback Ronnie Quillins short touchdown run. So earning 2 quick touchdowns in the fourth quarter, Auburn pulled to within 21-13. So reliable Tigers fullback Joe Childress bowled over from 3-yard line with 8 minutes to play. And after Gilmore lost fumble at his own 4-yard line to fullback linebacker Jim Walsh, halfback Fob James wrestled across goal line on next play. Walsh whisked away another Tulane fumble just 1 minute later, and Auburn moved to Green Wave 20-yard line with 5 minutes left. Tigers quarterback Hal Tubbs was picked off by Tulane halfback defensive back Tommy Warner, who sped 87 yards for game's icing touchdown. Next, number 5 Michigan State shut out Wisconsin 27-0. A superior line play on both sides of the ball carried confident Spartans to the demolition of Wisconsin. Michigan State sophomore halfback defensive back Walt Kowalczyk, who had 172 yards on 10 carries and 2 touchdowns, stiff arm and sprinted 72 yards for first quarter touchdown, and his mates turned his 8-yard interception return to Badger's 39-yard line into another score by tailback Clarence Peaks on opening play of second quarter. Michigan State made mess of second half kickoff, which was followed by a clipping penalty that backed it to its own 1-yard line. Punt out of danger was carried 14 yards to Spartans' 45-yard line, while Wisconsin quarterback Jim Miller Badgers punched it to the yard line and faced fourth down, but halfback Danny Lewis slipped down on wet grass and ended Wisconsin's only threat. And defensive end Dave Kaiser recovered Miller's fumble in the fourth quarter, and on first play, Kowalczyk swooped around in for a 24-yard touchdown. Next, the Minnesota Golden Gophers beat the Southern California Trojans, who were number 10 in the country, by a score of 25-19. In warmth of Los Angeles 2 weeks earlier, USC spoiled Wisconsin's unbeaten record. Now on the road, Trojans encountered a Big Ten foe that delivered Midwestern surprise, blustery winds and driving snow. Golden Gophers completed 0 for 2 passes in blowing cold, but used sophomore halfback Rich Volstad to hammer for 2 touchdowns and block punt to set up third score. Skidding and bumbling, Trojans were limited to single first down in the first half, but got long special teams touchdowns in third quarter from fullback Gordon Duvall on 73-yard kickoff touchdown return and halfback Ernie Merck on 92-yard punt return for a touchdown. So in between, Minnesota quarterback Don Swanson trotted 65 yards on keeper for a touchdown that provided 19-6 lead. Borstad applied clincher that extended lead to 25-12 with his 3-yard touchdown run early in the fourth quarter. In the battle of top 10 teams, number 9 Notre Dame played against number 4 Navy, where number 9 Notre Dame beat number 4 Navy 21-7. As oldest continuous intersectional rivalry was renewed on Newt Rockne Memorial Day, which came 25 years after great coaches last season. Record crowd in Notre Dame Stadium of 59,475 enjoyed Fighting Irish taking 10th in a row from Navy, which sported the nation's best defensive stats coming in. Probing right side of Middy's defense with keepers and plunges by fullback Don Schaefer, quarterback Paul Horning, bothered passing only 3 for 6, 18 yards and a touchdown, and constructing 21-0 lead in opening 3 quarters. Horning sneaked 1 yard for a touchdown in the second quarter and passed 15 yards to end Gene Capish for touchdown in third quarter, while covering Navy All-American and Ron Beagle. Defensive back Horning made 2 interceptions of quarterback George Welch, who managed 155 yards passing in the air on 13 of 25 passing. Navy scored on a 2-yard touchdown run in the fourth quarter by halfback Ned Odom. Last Middy's threat was snuffed by defensive back Schaefer's interception at 24-yard line. Navy's 9-game win streak came to end. Missouri beat Colorado 20-12. As suffering from its familiar play tough against Oklahoma and suffered following weak syndrome, deflated Colorado permitted the season-only win by Missouri. Despite support from homecoming crowd, Buffaloes watched helplessly as Tigers snored to 20-0 halftime lead. Using split T fakes, clever Missouri quarterback Jimmy Hunter focused on Hal Bernine, who consistently was open for passes that poised Tigers for their 3 touchdown runs. All scores came from close range by fullback Bill Rice and 2 sneaks by Hunter. Colorado finally woke in the fourth quarter and scored on 2 sizable pass plays. Sub-tailback Bob Stransky to end Frank Clark for 28-yard and tailback Homer Jenkins to end Jerry Leahy for 24 yards. Tigers adamantly had refused to shave until winning their first game, so Getty coach Don Farrat greeted his traveling squad with 36 razors in the post-game locker room. Deadlock tie was the end result between Arkansas and Texas A&M, 7-7. Pushed around for 3 quarters, hungry Razorbacks still trailed only 7-0. Texas A&M, Southwest Conference leader, put on probation and eligible for Cotton Bowl, failed to hold 7-0 lead in the fourth quarter, and its tie allowed bowl organizers sigh of relief, outgaining Arkansas 134 yards to 52 yards in first quarter. Sophomore leading Aggies used halfback John David Crow runs to drive to Hoggs 34 and 15-yard lines before being stopped on downs. Top Razorbacks unit re-entered game for beginning of the second quarter and marched to within 1 foot of A&M goal line. But despite 3 downs to advance 6 inches for the first down, Arkansas was pushed back by rugged Aggies defense. A&M went 59 yards to score, only in the third quarter, as quarterback Jimmy Wright flipped 10-yard touchdown pass to halfback Lloyd Taylor. Razorbacks reached Aggies' 31-yard line in the fourth quarter, where on fourth down, quarterback George Walker rifled 28-yard pass to halfback Preston Carpenter. It required 4 line slams, but Walker finally sneaked over for a tying touchdown. Arkansas had a chance to win it from Aggies' 31-yard line in the last minute, but was penalized twice while trying to get its top kicker into the lineup. After 5 wins in a row, Aggies coach Bear Bryant lamented, "We spent too much time reading our press clippings." And finally, Oregon State beat Washington. Oregon State beat Washington 13-7. As Oregon State was dominated by Washington throughout gutsy first half, as Huskies looked to stay unbeaten but once tied in PCC race, but Washington's dominance was translated only into a single touchdown, and even that had smell of flukiness. But Beavers tailback Ray Westfall tried to pass under heavy pressure from deep in his own territory in the second quarter, and his attempt at throwaway ended up in hands of charging defensive end Jim Houston. Houston pranced 19 yards to score early in the third quarter. Huskies tried to add to their lead by moving to 3-yard line, but Oregon State defensive end Dwayne Fournier recovered fumble at 2-yard line. Washington was back on march when high pitch out bounced off Huskies fullback Credell Green's hands to Beavers fullback defensive back Tom Berry, who raced 72 yards for Sonny Todd, creating touchdown. Washington fumbled ensuing kickoff, and Beavers scored winning touchdown in 6 plays on Berry's dive. So that concludes a look at Week 7, the games that were played on October 29th, the week that was. Now let's look at the AP poll as of October 31st of 1955. Maryland at the time was number 1. Oklahoma was number 2. Michigan was number 3. Number 4 was Michigan State. Number 5 was UCLA. That was the top 5 teams. Maryland, Oklahoma, Michigan, Michigan State, and UCLA. The rest of the top 10 rounded out as this: Notre Dame number 6, West Virginia number 7, Georgia Tech number 8, number 9, Navy number 10, Texas Christian, number 11, Ohio State, Texas A&M 12, Miami of Ohio 13, Auburn number 14, Mississippi number 15, 16 Southern California, number 17 Kentucky, number 18 Syracuse, number 19 Army, and number 20 Mississippi State. That concludes a look at the week that was, the games that were played on October 29th, 1955, Week 7. This concludes today's look at the games that were played on that day. Oklahoma, October 29th, 1955, Week 7, the week that was college football's history in review. The 1955 college football season getting fast moving into this season. I'm gonna now be going into November, and tomorrow when I do this series tomorrow, look into the first Saturday in November. the games that were played. I think there was a game played on Friday in November. Yeah, November the 4th, 1955. So November 5th, 1955 will be the next week that I'll be recapping the games that were played during that time, week 8. So subscribe to the channel, like, comment, do whatever you can to support Rashad Mitchell's channel. Subscribe to the channel, like, and comment. Until then, talk to you tomorrow.